NFL Draft Combine takeaways, and what we're gonna do is gonna put some little fun to it, a nice twist. Based on the Draft Combine, some players were risers, some players were fallers, and we're gonna see how far they have risen because we're doing a top 10 mock draft. We will be doing a full one in the next coming week or two, but for now we'll do a top 10. And can you believe it, Dels? The number 2 overall pick feels essentially locked according to Polymarket, because on Polymarket, Arvell Reese has a 57% chance to be the 2nd overall pick, which if you saw his combine workout, makes sense. Yes. The way he was bursting on those pass rush drills was ridiculous.
He was bursting.
What did he run? What was his 40?
A 4.4, I think.
So 4.4 guy, 6'5", ridiculous athlete. The question with him is he's going to play inside linebacker or edge rusher. If he goes
number 2.
If he goes number 2, it feels like we know he's going to play edge rusher. But we can start off this mock draft right now.
4.46.
4.46. Ridiculous.
That's pretty fucking nuts.
That's 241, yeah.
Ridiculous. We're going to start this mock draft. We're going to collab on it. So how are we going to do it, fellas? Who gets the first pick?
Well, who knows going 1?
Should we just all come to a consensus on each pick?
I like that idea.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Okay.
We'll talk about each team's need and then
number 1 is pretty easy. Even though Matthew Berry did come out and say there's a non-zero chance if the Jets offered a haul for number 1, the Raiders would think about it. But I don't think there's any world they're passing up on Mendoza.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza is the number 1 overall pick. A really good season, Heisman winner, and the Raiders need some quarterback help.
A lot of people didn't like you taking Mendoza over a lot of guys, man.
Oh, really? They disagreed? Which one did they disagree with?
Baker and Goff the most.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't know how Goff is in this conversation. Like, maybe my memory is misremembering him as a prospect. I don't remember him being highly touted like that.
They forget about him going in as a disguise into a college and lighting it up on fire, man.
Are you talking about that movie?
It was a commercial.
Oh,
yeah.
It was a Hulu movie.
Also, Baker wasn't even
Chad
consensus
Powers.
number 1.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't even
on
really
draft day.
projected to go,
It was
top
just
5.
like, yo,
Wasn't his draft
it's
OP?
Baker.
That was him, Darnold,
But do I think that
and Josh.
Mendoza in a draft with Darnold, Lamar, Josh Allen?
Same way where Baker is.
This is also hindsight.
I think Darnold was probably a better prospect.
Yeah, Darnold felt like the first pick at the time.
At the time, I thought Darnold would go 1.
And Josh Allen was raw.
Yeah, a lot of questions. Same thing with Lamar.
That could be a star, but first overall pick is Fernando Mendoza. So now is the second overall
the draft
pick.
Starts.
The New York Jets.
Do you go with the true edge in Ruben Bain?
I think it's between Reese and Sonny Styles.
So you think the linebacker is in play? I mean, Sonny Styles, I think, is going to be great. I think he's going to be a top 5 pick. I do believe that. I just wonder if you go true edge, is Ruben Bain on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I think their arm length, for better or for worse, is going to bother just the Jets. Just
is it bothering you as a fan?
I mean, to number 2 overall pick. It's not my favorite thing to get a guy that has under 31-inch arms. Just, historically.
Efficiency.
It's a historic outlier for where a lot of players have not succeeded, but I think Ruben Bain has all the techniques to where he mitigates his arm length with a lot of the fundamentals that he has playing the edge position. But this pick is it's a second overall pick. It's an upside pick. Mm-hmm. It is one of those picks where Ruben Bain can be good. Can he be special? That is, can I see Ruben Bain being one of the elite edge rushers in the league? I see him being a good one. I don't know if I'm there yet with the elite stuff, but Sonny Styles, you mentioned him, one of the biggest combine risers. His workout was ridiculous. Getting compared to all types of players, from Calvin Johnson to other players that ran super fast with their 40 time. The broad jump was ridiculous. He broke the record. He was crazy at the combine, and he's one of the biggest risers. This draft is going to test positional value. We're doing it right now where he's a middle linebacker. He has some snaps at edge, but I think he's going to play middle linebacker in the NFL, and he's a special talent. But do you take him over more premium positions? That is the question mark. I think this pick for the Jets is Arvell Reese, just because he feels more of a true edge than Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles feels like a locked-in linebacker.
But I wonder, because not that you guys don't have you could definitely use help at the edge position, but
he's so versatile.
I think linebacker, it's Quincy.
Quincy's going to be
It's just Jamie and Sherwood. That's it.
Sherwood. There's nothing else. Well, the Jets could use this.
They could use linebacker.
I was going to say, I think that getting a leader for your defense, of course, you want the game changer at the edge position. That makes everything easier. But having a field general I think that it's worth thinking about. So I understand your logic.
And I think watching Ohio State so much this year, Sonny Styles, he lined up damn near everywhere. Like he's just so
Line up in the
versatile.
slot too.
Yeah, you can play him damn near anywhere.
Literally.
You mentioned the leadership
Played
part.
offense?
No, I'm saying defensively.
I'm like,
He
what?
fucking probably could have, but we have demons out there. But just like you want your leader to be from the linebacker position, like you mentioned, and with him, he can play anything. So you're the Jets guys.
Would you draft Fred Warner number 2 overall?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes,
100%.
definitely. I think positional value, it's a good question this year just because the top end talent, like, don't get me wrong, I think you have some potential all pros here, but you don't have like any obvious ones at number 2 or really anywhere in the top 10 where Jeremiah Love, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, these guys that historically safeties, running backs, off-ball linebackers aren't going to go that high. When it's like, well, we feel really fucking good about these guys. Like David Bailey, like do we love him and Ruben Bain with some of their deficiencies compared to maybe not as valuable position-wise, but you feel like Sonny Styles could be a 3-time All-Pro, then yeah, you should draft him. So I think it will be Reese. I think it'll be between Reese and Styles, but my guess is they go Reese.
Let's go with Arvell Reese number 2. Then the third overall pick is the Arizona Cardinals. And this is interesting because they have a right tackle deficiency, and you have Spencer Fano, and then you have Francis from Miami.
What are they doing with K1?
It
gone.
seems like he's going to be
my
gone.
guess.
And how much cap space is that going to open up? Because they have 31 mil
I
right
don't think
now.
it's going to open up anything.
They will have enough to make an offer at Malik Willis and potentially sign him.
You're thinking they're stamped in Malik Willis.
I'm pretty confident that Malik Willis will be the Cardinal starter next year.
Would you give him 31 mil a year?
I would. I'd give him 2 years. Well, I'll give him 3 years, 2 years guaranteed, last year non-guaranteed.
Okay.
That's what I'd give him.
Okay.
I'm a big, you'll see later, but I'm a big
So
believer in
it's
Malik
similar
Willis.
to like the Sam contract.
Yeah. But the thing is with the Cardinals is like they have a right tackle issue, but running back is also a question mark with James Conner having an injury.
Jeremiah Love at 3.
Is this where the Jeremiah Love starts? The question of where you should draft him starts.
Do they think about Ty Simpson at all here?
I don't think offense should be
Not at
at the
3, I don't
forefront for the Cardinals. Personally, I think you go defense. I think you think of a Ruben Bain, you think of a Sonny Styles. Offense to me was not their problem last year. Defense, yeah, they faced a lot of injuries, and maybe you can go into the secondary, but I think that they have that with Williams. They have that with Will Johnson. I think that their cornerback room is pretty set so long as they are healthy. I think that you get some more help on that defensive line, or you bring in a middle linebacker like Styles. Like, I think that that's where my head's at. I can understand the upside play with Jeremiah Love, where people believe that he is the most talented player in the draft. That probably could be true, but I don't think that if I'm thinking I'm the Cardinals, I need some consistency on the defensive side of the ball, and I think that could be with the Sonny Styles. That could be with the Ruben Bain.
I'm just imagining an offense that features Trey McBride, Jeremiah Love, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, rolling that out and saying, who's stopping us? That
Who's the quarterback?
The
keep saying Malik
quarterback,
Willis.
if they get Malik Willis, which I'm very high on.
But they're going to have an early second-round pick, too,
That's a
so
lot to
I
gamble
just don't
on,
know
dude.
if it's to spend the third pick overall. Again, Jeremiah is nuts.
We're talking about a Saquon Barkley level prospect here.
If that's the case, take him. What are we thinking about?
Saquon Barkley, is he? Really? That high?
He is up there with all
He's
of his
up there.
Texan
I think
scores.
maybe
He's an
closer-
all-time great running back
I don't
prospect?
know if he's Saquon. I think like Genty level though,
I think he's a step
where he's
above
like
Genty
really good.
as a
like,
prospect.
Like if he did take in the top 5, I don't bat an eye, especially in this draft. Yeah, I think you go. I think the Jeremiah Love watch starts here. If he doesn't go 3, he'll probably go 4 or 5. It feels like, especially after this combine. But yeah, I think edge positional value, tackle positional value. That feels like the path they would go here.
Well, in my
if you
mock
guys want
draft,
to go for fun, I'm easily down for
I think
Jeremiah.
Sonny Styles.
I do think Sonny
That's a great
makes
pick,
a lot of
too.
sense.
I think
Yeah.
Sonny Styles.
my pick was Francis in
think
my
you can wait
original
on
mock
running
draft,
back.
but we could go with Sonny. I mean, he had a historically great combine performance, and they need a man in the middle right now. It's Mac Wilson, and he's played solid for them. But Sonny Styles is like a blue chip prospect.
Ohio State, baby.
He does feel like it's you get the
I got one more year.
the versatility, and you get the man in the middle. The middle of your defense, the leader, the quarterback of your defense. I feel like it's kind of been undervalued, but it's very important,
All right.
especially if one of those guys is elite.
Sonny Styles is pick 3. I remember earlier in the season thinking the Jets could get him at fucking 16.
Imagine.
All right, the Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
Jeremiah Love here.
Jeremiah Love, this feels like
Caleb Downs.
very strong potential spot.
Ruben
Think a
Bain.
There's a
wide
lot
receiver.
of needs. There's a lot of needs here. Like let's just
They have
be clear.
everything.
Edge rushers in need. They addressed it somewhat with Jermaine
But
Johnson.
they need more help.
And they have a second round pick from last year,
Wide receivers in
Oluwafemi,
need.
who's there. So they'll probably just stick with their current edge room and Jeffrey Simmons. I think this is wide receiver pick. I did do. I'm with this pick. I'm thinking, how can
Carnell.
we get Cam Ward help? And
You think Carnell at 4?
Carnell Tate is my pick. 4.54 at his size, 6'3", really 6'2", and like 3/4. But
What do you think? Makai's draft stock dropped a bit after the combine.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, the
it shouldn't. I
interview,
think.
the
I thought he
interviews
was good. Uh-huh.
Well, I think it's more so the team interviews that's gonna screw him up. Not like obviously people are laughing at him at the podium, giving the eyes and shit. Maybe that's just a thing he does, whatever. But if there's some real concerns about like how he interviewed with GMs and coaches and attitude problems, then that's gonna drop him. But I mean, just like you could say Tate, Jeremiah Love's going to help him just as much, if not more. If you're able to get a run game there, they've been trotting out Tony Pollard and
Tajay
Spears for
Uh-huh.
the last couple of years, and just you don't have a lot of explosiveness there. You've had some injuries too with Spears. So as much as Tate would help him, a strong run game with Love too. You know, Robert Saleh is going to want to run the ball, have his defense. We saw that all the time with the New York Jets. So I think it should be offense. I think it'd be between Love, Tate. You guys are Lemon guys.
Again, they do have an early second round pick, which is what I feel like that's where I really lean towards that running back position. Tate to me makes the most sense because I do want Ward to have a guy he can rely to on a down-to-down basis. And I agree with what you're saying. Yes, get the run game going. It'll open up the passing game. But I just think Tony Pollard and or Tajay Spears, let's say that those are the starting running backs for him next season. That's not the worst thing in the world. Whereas I look at the wide receiver room, and if
you can't roll out with that.
his wide receiver one is,
If you roll out with that, it's a fail off
do
season.
you understand what I mean?
My argument would be you have more options at wide receiver at pick, whatever, 35 than you would at running back.
Okay.
You know, just in terms of, you know,
Like
positional
level-
value. Yeah, exactly.
level of
Like
player.
this doesn't mean everything, but just in terms of like where PFF has the ADP for these running backs, Jeremiah Love is 8. The next one is the backup running back from Notre Dame, Jadarian Price at 60, and then Jonah Coleman at 78. So just in terms of where these running backs have been going in mocks, it's you get Jeremiah Love, or else it's like a 3rd round pick.
There's a big drop off. I would say
It's not
that-
Matt Stills. Obviously, it's not crazy.
it just depends on how the Titans feel about their wide receiver position and who
They
can
need that
be
length,
there
though.
Desperately, because I don't think you have anybody there that you're like 2 years from now who's definitely going to be on the
Honestly,
Because you
Dallas,
have-
you swung me.
Can I ask
you
a question?
swung me because there's so much safety in going Jeremiah here.
Who's going to feel more can't miss, Jeremiah Love or Carnell Tate?
I think Jeremiah.
Love probably.
Jeremiah, but I just feel like in regards to Tennessee's biggest need, it is receiver. I think that they could be fine with Tony Pollard for a year, one more year.
I do agree
Could he be
with
fine
that,
with getting
though.
another wide receiver later in the draft?
I just don't think there's a wide receiver on Carnell Tate's level in the second round.
But is he on a Jeremiah Love level in terms of just him as a running
I
back?
do think there's so much safety with Jeremiah. That's really where I'm at.
It's also the dependency of having an offensive line in front of you.
Yeah, that's what
And the Tennessee, they to me,
Carnell cool though.
they to me feel like a team that can go edge. They can go receiver. Running back is an option. They can also go tackle. You know, they can go offensive line. I think the offensive line, especially the interior, after cutting Lloyd Cushenberry, Kevin Zeitler not returning, those are now 2 spots in offensive line they have to fill. They have J.C. Latham on the right side, who's still young and developing, but like the returns on Dan Moore and J.C. Latham is like, you're not really feeling the most confident about that duo long term. So they can go in a lot of different directions. I just feel like Cam Ward needs a pass catcher. And with this draft, I look at from picks 20 to 32, there is an abundance of teams that need a wide receiver. Like someone like Omar Cooper Jr., who I thought could have been there in round 2. After the combine, I'm like, maybe Buffalo could snag him. Maybe Pittsburgh could snag him. Like there's teams in that 20s range that can snag some of those early round 2 wide receivers that I'm like, if I'm Tennessee, let me just go get a wide receiver, and Carnell Tate's number 1 in my offense.
Okay.
So what's it going to be? Tate or
My
Love?
vote's for Carnell Tate.
I vote Love.
I think I vote Love too.
All right. I think it's Love.
Let's go.
Jeremiah Love, pick 4.
Number 5.
The Giants.
Giants are up at pick 5. They probably would have loved Jeremiah Love.
This feels like Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
If I'm the Giants, I'm sick because both players that I could have seen in my roster
yeah.
being Sonny Styles Jeremiah Love. Like these are two players that I would
Why
absolutely
not
love.
pair Tate with Malik?
I think Tate is the pick here.
Call.
Yeah, why not just pair Tate with Malik Neighbors?
You guys saw the stuff that came out about Caleb Downs with potential meniscus injury, potential ACL degradation, stuff that just came out like an hour before we started recording.
Damn,
Also,
that's huge.
Spencer Fanu is someone that I consider at minimum because Andrew Thomas injured priors, but we understand when he's on that field, you could argue he's the best in the game.
The Giants had one of the best tackle duos in the league.
And then Illuminor is due for a payday soon.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a guy that they prioritize? I think you should. But if that's not someone that you want to put high dollar in, maybe this is you finding your replacement off rip and then potentially just having a backup for that left tackle. Something to think about. But again, I can understand the wanting to go the route of Carnell Tate. You want to make this offense as dynamic as possible. And then now Wan'Dale now is not a priority. Now he's a wide receiver 3. And that moves mountains.
He's a free agent.
I think you could argue he's essential to resign.
They said that I think they're going to let him walk. Well, at least that's what the rumor.
If they let him walk, I mean, if Malik Neighbors, who knows when he's going to be back? I don't know if it's going to be week 1. I mean, who's going to be the receiver there?
Darius Slayton.
So I think Carnell Tate's
yes.
Because if it's not that, you're looking at Bain and Bailey, but obviously you're set at edge, and then you're kind of reaching up for like a corner, maybe. You know what I mean? So I think it's Tate.
Let's go with Carnell Tate.
What about Mansour, cornerback? Because that
was my pick. In my mock draft, I think that would be a really good pick.
I think it's a good pick too, but for me, it would just be, can we get something around Dart?
I'm fine.
Carnell Tate also went number 4 for my draft. So,
all right, Carnell Tate to the
he was
Giants.
not there.
Pick 6 for the Cleveland Browns.
I think you go offensive tackles, Fano.
Or wide receiver, one of those two.
I think all 5 offensive linemen from last year are gone. I think you have to address it. Whether
they
it's
brought in
Wago,
Titus Howard.
They did bring in Titus Howard today. You're right.
But that's only one guy.
Yeah, you
need 4 more.
Spencer Fano, send it.
Yeah, let's go.
Fano.
Oh, they're a team that their wide receiver room is pretty dark too.
They could use a lot, but I think that second first-round pick that they have, I think that's where they'll find their wide receiver personally.
Washington's up at pick 7.
Debo's not coming back.
No, but I think
they just cut Marshawn Lattimore. I think Mansour is the pick here.
It's defense. It's either one of these edges. Ruben Bain, Bailey still on the boards.
So we don't think about offense. We don't think about helping out Jaden Daniels because Terry McLaurin is older. He's 30. He just had his first injured season of the year.
But that defense is boo. Like really bad.
It's trash, but I'd rather help my franchise quarterback.
Honestly, Ruben Bain.
Yeah, both Bain and Bailey are both here.
I think they need edge. The corner room they could go without because they have Trey Amos, who they drafted in the second round last year. Mike Sanders still. I think they have like enough there to be like this. Because I think their biggest problem with their defense.
Still bad.
He was good as a rookie. I think their biggest problem defensively is pass rush. They can't get home. I think this would be a perfect Sonny Styles situation too, because Bobby Wagner, who knows he's going to be back. If Debo's not coming back, Terry McLaurin,
it's Luke McCaffrey
past
season.
30, you don't know what you're getting. This field to me, it's like I gotta help my quarterback out. Like I would go Jordan Tyson here. I think Jordan Tyson is a better prospect than Mekhi Lemon.
I like Jordan Tyson.
He has
just injuries.
Yes, he has some injury concerns, but I would go Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson. Those are the two that I'm between right now. Those two.
I don't hate it.
I just really think that Jaden Daniels needs help. They need help defensively too.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's not fair to put on Jaden Daniels. Part of me is like, I think Jaden, if he's healthy, can kind of run this offense no matter what.
I agree. That's kind of where I'm like, Ruben Bain kind of falling here.
But do you want him to do that?
But that ain't happened last year.
Dealing with injuries and stuff?
No.
I mean, last year when McLaurin didn't play, the offense dropped off. Like for me, if I'm watching it, I'm looking at it from the perspective of if McLaurin's healthy, I have McLaurin and Jordan Tyson. If McLaurin's not healthy, then I have Jordan Tyson. Worst case scenario, both of them are hurt because Jordan Tyson has injury history. So that's kind of like...
So we don't think about tight end here.
I think I would go edge just because you do have questions about Lemon and Tyson for different reasons.
Yeah, so you'd go... Is this a Ruben Bain selection?
Yeah, Bain or Bailey, but I think I like Bain a little bit more.
Okay, we can go to Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain it is.
Jaden Daniels, we'll get you
New
up
Orleans
next year.
Saints. This feels like a wide receiver spot for me.
I think so too.
Lemon or Tyson, because you don't really have...
They just have Chris Olave.
They traded a 4th for Vele at the beginning of last season, but that's not really working out.
This would be an amazing Jeremiah Love spot if he fell this way.
It would be. But yeah, Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Tyson, I like both of them potentially.
I think we go Jordan Tyson.
Play for the upside. 6'2". He on the website ESPN it says 6'4", but he measured at 6'2" at the combine.
All right. I'm
Dude,
gonna
Jordan
say
Tyson got picked.
I'm gonna say okay. All right, that's fine.
What are you gonna
What
say?
are you gonna say?
That Mekhi, maybe because you already have the one receiver that's already injured and we know his
You
upside.
want a more durable player.
Bring me one that is a little bit safer, that can do the intermediate work, that has the speed. Like, I think that's maybe the logic I would use, but I'm fine with swinging for the fences.
Well, pick 9. Your Kansas City Chiefs. You got back-to-back picks here with your Chiefs and your Bengals, bro.
Are you still a Bengals?
David
Nice.
Bailey coming home or Caleb Downs?
This ideally was the Ruben Bain selection. David Bailey is one of the archetypes that I just don't think that the Chiefs are that fond of. They're not big fans of these speed rushers, and that was evident when they made the trade for Josh Uche, and then they didn't use him at all. They like disruptors, and that's like George Karloff that's pushing the pocket. Ruben Bain would have been really good here. This is a pick that I'm trying to help Patrick Mahomes. You need a premium position. There's no running back here. There's a receiver here. It's Mekhi Lemon. I look at the board, and David Bailey would be awesome as an edge rusher. Peter Woods, defensive lineman, probably the best defensive lineman in the draft. Caleb Downs, because of positional value, I'm not thinking about that here. But then it's also Mekhi Lemon clashes with Rashee Rice's play style. So it's like there's not a wide receiver here that I'm feeling very confident that is the pick. But then Rashee Rice has off the field stuff that who knows how reliable he is long term for the franchise.
What'd you think about tackle? Francis Malaga still on the board?
I would say no, because I think Josh Simmons at left tackle is good. And then Jalen Moore, who they signed as a swing tackle last year, can play right tackle. I think that's a much easier fix than taking that position here. I don't think it's out the realm of the possibility, but I feel like this is a pick that you need to help out Mahomes' pass catching corpse or his run game. And no Jeremiah Love here. There's a receiver here.
And it's the last of the tier too. Once Lemon goes off, you get into a different, Boston and
No Caleb Downs.
No, because just safety, just positional value. The Chiefs have too many holes at premium positions to take a safety, I believe.
So Mekhi Lemon's the pick.
It's between him and David Bailey, so you guys help me out.
What about Mansour Delane?
Corner?
Wouldn't be bad.
If you move off McDuffie.
Because that's my concern.
Because
now McDuffie, now this contract actually becomes movable and off the books, I mainly mean, and you have your replacement, or you kind of run both and then see if you can actually move off of him.
Yeah, it just depends if McDuffie gets traded or not. As of right now, I'm operating under the assumption he won't. So I wouldn't take Delane here. It's really between David Bailey and Mekhi Lemon.
I think I'd lean Lemon.
I think edge is so much more essential for them. No, like
both are. But I
understand receiver. Yes,
they have no difference makers. It feels like right now
they don't have a difference maker on the line. And Chris Jones getting older, I'm concerned.
Rev be the tiebreaker. David Bailey, Mekhi Lemon for the Chiefs.
You're going Bailey.
I'm going with Bailey.
I'd rather high-powered offense with Mahomes.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't.
And you're going Lemon.
I'm going Lemon.
Okay,
Lemon.
I'll side with you guys.
Mekhi Lemon it is. And the 10th and final pick, Cincinnati Bengals.
The Bengals are lit.
And
defense.
Because they just lucked into Bailey.
Yeah, it's either David Bailey or Caleb Downs.
Or Downs.
It's one of the two.
Which, honestly...
Downs.
Jesse Bates and what he meant to that fucking defense goes unnoticed and unspoken, because when he went to Atlanta, he was a game changer.
Downs can do everything, man.
Downs can do everything, and I think Kyle Hamilton is shifting the narrative on safeties, and he should. And I think Caleb Downs can be that kind of player for the Bengals, and they need that.
I like Downs a lot.
I love Downs here at 10. I think this slide is more than fair enough.
I'll go with Caleb Downs too. I'll agree with you guys. David Bailey, I mean, they can't go wrong. This is pretty much a really good
lit.
spot.
They're just like, fuck, who's the guy that we want to swing on?
Some fans will be upset. 30th or 32nd in pass rush run rate, taking a safety, David Bailey on the board. Some fans will be upset, but Caleb Downs is a difference maker. And David Bailey is not a sure thing, because there are real question marks about his bend. That's the thing. And even at the combine, he performed fairly well, but his fluidity wasn't the best. He kind of looked a little stiff.
Yeah, he definitely looked stiff.
So
his 40 was great, but yeah, when he was doing the drills and stuff, it looked a little awkward.
So that's the mock draft. The mock draft right now, and I'm looking at the picks, it's not giving me every pick.
On the left side.
So it's Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Jeremiah Love, Carnell Tate, Giants, Spencer Fano, Browns, Ruben Bain, Commanders, Jordan Tyson, Saints, Chiefs, Makai Lemon, and Bengals, Caleb Downs. That is our top 10 mock draft right now on Polymarket. Arvell Reese is projected to be the heavy favorite for the second overall pick, which I'm not mad at. He looks like a freak of nature, a beast. The Jets are building a dominant Eagles-like defensive line right now. So they are really going to a different level.